In the past, a war between the existences that humanity refers to as gods or demons destroyed planets, stars, and galaxies, caused the entire universe to tremble. However, one of those gods opposed all of them because of a woman. In the future, a war between the one who was once the strongest but was forgotten by the river of time, and those who planned against him, will make the universe tremble once again. Shanghai, China. Shanghai, also known as the Pearl of the East, is the largest city in China and Asia's economic center. Anyone who has been to Shanghai knows that its modernity has nothing to envy to cities like New York. Although Shanghai remains deeply linked to its history of more than 3,000 years, the city today seems to be taken from a science fiction film where modernity and globalization have taken the lead. Luxury Villa Complex, Golden Emperor. As one of the most luxurious villa complexes in Shanghai, the Golden Emperor Villa Complex enjoyed a great reputation not only for the luxury villas presented for sale, but also because it was only 20 minutes away from the University of Shanghai. The cheapest villas had an 8-digit value, while the most expensive villas had an excellent 9-digit sales value. Villa number 9. Sitting on a large sofa, a young man and a woman watched the news with great anticipation and enthusiasm at the same time. The young man was 20 years old, his eyes were dark and his hair slightly disheveled. He could be considered as quite tall as the average height of Chinese men was 5.5 feet while he was 6.0 feet. His appearance was normal. At best, it could be described as above average. However, if someone were to look closely, they would notice that his body was actually in great condition. The girl was 19 years old and incredibly beautiful, unlike the normal appearance of the young man. Her soft, long black hair fell down her waist freely without any restraints. Her body proportions were practically perfect, big but not explosive breasts, excellently shaped butt, thin waist, and silky white skin. The young man's name was Xie Feng, and the girl next to him was Xie Yao, his childhood friend. Because her parents died in an unfortunate car accident 2 years ago, he and she only had each other. Although Xie Yao had more family, she didn't bother to contact them often, therefore, Xie Feng didn't bother either. Fortunately for both of them, Xie Yao's father was a wise person and had already prepared himself in case such an unfortunate situation arose. Today, Xie Feng and Xie Yao owned a company valued at more than 1 billion Chinese yuan on the market. While they both go to university, the family butler, who also saw Xie Yao's father as his own son, was in charge of maintaining the finances. Xie Feng and Xie Yao visit the company regularly to show their faces and learn more about how they work. After all, when they graduate from university, they will have to take care of their right. A/N, there are many "her" that seem to be wrong when talking about family, but actually, they were put that way for a reason. This is revealed in chapter 14 to 15 or so. Today, Thursday, January 25, 2030, is one of the most awaited days by all humanity, especially for those who love the virtual world and those who are looking for new business opportunities. From the plasma screen, the voice of a beautiful woman resonates. "Why don't you tell us more about it?" her coworker asked. Clearly it was a typical script prepared in advance because there is no way that anyone in their right mind could not know what would happen today. Because today at 12 noon, the official opening of Samsara Online will begin. Samsara Online, the first virtual reality video game that is 100% supported by the World Central Bank. As you all know, the World Central Bank is formed by all the most important banks in the world. This means that everyone in the world will be able to exchange real money for gold within the world of Samsara Online as soon as the currency exchange is available. This is one of the most amazing things about Samsara Online. Although there have been several virtual reality games in the past, the World Central Bank has always stood aside no matter how much profit you can make from them. Due to the lack of confidence and ignorance about when a game could suddenly close, people did not dare to risk their money for gold within the game. However, with the world's central bank putting a foot in the door, everything changed. In the past, the virtual reality world was mainly taken as a means of entertainment by each player. But now, players will have more opportunities to live than they love, but investors from all over the world will begin to move in. After all, Samsara Online is a new unexplored world with infinite opportunities available, waiting to be discovered. Business tycoons and geniuses naturally know what this means, so obviously, they will not let such an opportunity slip through their fingers. This means that the economy of the whole world and humanity's decisions will take a big turn when Samsara Online officially starts. The beautiful journalist continued. Samsara Online is a virtual world in which there are several types of magic and skills unique to each character. Besides, according to Miss Eva, creator of Samsara Online, a seemingly unlimited amount of equipment and elements with different types of qualities are available within the game. Not only that, the most incredible thing is that the NPCs within Samsara Online were developed with the most advanced AI, artificial intelligence, available to date, so all players can expect a fluid dialogue as a human being by each NPC. Xie Feng turned off the TV without waiting for the journalist to finish speaking, but this is also natural since he was looking for information on every internet forum to not miss anything. Xie Yao looked at Xie Feng and said cheerfully, "Big brother Xie Feng, Samsara Online will finally start." Xie Feng also looked at her with a smile and responded, "Yes, finally." Since the last virtual reality game closed 10 months ago, Xie Feng felt that he missed an important part of his life. So, when he learned about the launch and qualities of Samsara Online 3 months ago, he felt like being reborn from the ashes, just like a dying phoenix. Besides, something inside him told him that Samsara Online would be very different from previous virtual reality games. "Big brother Xie Feng, what kind of character will you choose this time?" Xie Yao asked with a sweet smile on her face. At Xie Yao's question, Xie Feng smiled and replied, "What do you think?" "Naturally, I will choose the assassin class." In all previous virtual reality video games, Xie Feng always chose the battle style of an assassin, so he feels more comfortable using an assassin character. "And what style of battle will you choose, Yao?" This time it was Xie Feng's turn to ask Xie Yao. Xie Yao crossed her arms as she thought for a moment. After thinking carefully for several seconds and reaffirming her previous choice, she responded, "I will choose the priest class." Unfortunately, the big brother Xie Feng is an assassin and generally moves in the background, unlike a warrior who needs a priest's support in certain situations. "Otherwise, I could heal you and protect your back." You could feel a little bit of sadness in Xie Yao's tone. Because Xie Feng always chooses the same fighting style, she cannot be with him too long in the virtual world as the assassins need to move through the shadows and become invisible, so the presence of another person would ruin the surprise factor when attacking. Xie Feng smiled bitterly at Xie Yao's words. He approached her and gave her a hug while gently kissing her on top of her silky hair. When Xie Yao felt the embrace of the only person close to her, all the slight sadness she felt just moments ago was completely gone. She simply closed her eyes and enjoyed the family warmth she felt at this moment. After hugging for several minutes in silence, Xie Feng raised his face and looked at the clock hanging on one of the walls. 11:27. That was the exact time marked by the clock. That meant that there were only 33 minutes left for the Samsara Online server to officially start for the first time. At that moment, humanity will enter a completely new and unknown world that will affect the development of the real world and the economy of every person for the first time. The more he thought about it, the more excited Xie Feng was. Although a little reluctantly, Xie Yao gave up Xie Feng's hug so that the two of them could prepare to enter the game. Therefore, he and she returned to their respective rooms. Xie Feng's room. After entering his room, Xie Feng lay comfortably in his bed and looked at the current time again. 11:30. Xie Feng wore his right hand on a silver-colored necklace that hung around his neck. This necklace is the device that allows the user's mind to connect to Samsara Online's main server. Because in the past there were many problems with the old gaming devices, such as losing the account of a large number of users after losing the device, the major corporations in charge of developing virtual reality video games put a lot of effort into creating this object. The necklace allows that, after saving your fingerprints and iris information in any of the centers that sell the device, the account is registered through those data. That way, even if the device is lost or broken for some reason, people don't need to start from zero and lose all their previous progress. Xie Feng gently pressed the small button in the center of the collar. After the button was pressed, a green light began to flash slightly. Soon, Xie Feng felt sleep attacking him, and his eyes began to close. Aware that the gaming device was trying to send his consciousness into the virtual world, Xie Feng cooperated and closed his eyes. Ding! Welcome to Samsara Online. I am your fairy presenter, you can call me Jade. Samsara Online is conceived by many as the future second world of humanity, and to live up to the expectations placed on us, we have developed a world in which magic is possible, unlike the past virtual worlds in which there were only simple skills. In a completely white world, a small pixie the size of a palm with transparent wings appeared in front of Xie Feng. Xie Feng did not waste any time and listened to the little fairy speak without missing a word. Within the world of Samsara Online, you can choose different types of lives. From a miner, chef, or a warrior who fights against fierce monsters trying to reach the top of the world. The map of Samsara Online is enormously vast, waiting for you to discover it. Now let me tell you about the 5 main cities. Innate City, it is located at the northern end of the world of Samsara Online. Innate City is the city where you and all the players will start at the beginning of the game after you leave the beginner's village. To leave the beginner's village and enter Innate City, you must first reach level 10. Lumen City, located at the east of the map, the level of the monsters surrounding Lumen City is higher than the level of the monsters surrounding Innate City, so you must be careful if you try to get there before having the right level and strength. Redemption City, located west of map and also known for being an area with extremely low temperatures. The level of the monsters is approximately the same as the monsters surrounding Lumen City. However, due to the cold, the difficulty of fighting in this part of the map increases several folds. Remember to wear a coat. Requiem City is located at the southern end of the map, completely opposite Innate City. The level of monsters surrounding the map goes from level 80 to level 100. This makes the areas of the map surrounding Requiem City off-limits to novice players. Grandu City, also known as the Imperial City, as you may have guessed, it is located in the central part of the Samsara world map. Grandu City is the city where the highest authority of Samsara Online lives, the Emperor. Players will be able to enter the Imperial City after reaching level 50. The little fairy, Jade, gave Xie Feng some knowledge about cities, which was not available in the internet forums. Xie Feng listened carefully and memorized every word. Although it was not information with a high level of importance, it is better to remember every little detail whenever possible. After talking about the 5 major cities and some small towns and villages surrounding them, Jade smiled happily and said, "It is now 11:40 a.m. and the Samsara Online server will officially start in just 20 minutes. You can take advantage of these 20 minutes to see your natural statistics and create your character." Finally, here it is. Xie Feng thought to himself. The first step will finally be officially taken. The little fairy Jade took a joyful spin in the air, leaving colored lights behind her, as if she were stardust. Jade waved her hand and a screen appeared in front of Xie Feng's eyes. Real name, Xie Feng. Battle zone, China. Status points available, 25. Fixed attribute points, 10. As Xie Feng looked out the window in front of him, Jade kindly explained. Each player has 25 status points at the beginning. These 25 status points can be distributed among the 4 main basic attributes, namely strength, agility, vitality, and intelligence. Strength/STR will define the amount of physical damage you cause when attacking with your bare hands or a weapon. This attribute is primarily used by attack-based warriors. 1 point of street equals 2 attack power. Agility/AGI defines the rate you have to avoid the attack of a monster, NPC, or player. This attribute can be very different depending on each person since, depending on each person's physical qualities and innate talent, even with low agility, it is possible to avoid attacks if you have good reflexes and reaction speed. 1 point of AGI equals 1 of accuracy and 1 of evasion. Vitality/VIT represents the number of life points/HP your character will have within the Samsara world. This attribute is the most important at the beginning of the game because if your HP is too low, you will not be able to resist a monster's attack. 1 point of VIT is equivalent to 10 HP and 1 point of defense. The intelligence/INT defines the number of skills or magic you can use. If your INT is low while you are in a battle, you cannot use any skill that requires mana consumption. This attribute is the most important one for mages type characters because 1 point of INT is equivalent to 10 MP and 2 points of magic attack. While Jade explained the use and importance of each basic attribute, Xie Feng listened attentively. Although Xie Feng already knew the usefulness of each attribute, he still listened patiently. His patience was worthwhile because there was no magic in any virtual reality video game. The INT attribute was new. There were only simple skills in the past video games, and instead of mana, the element used was called will. Because at the beginning of the game all status attributes are too important, the user must give 4 points to each basic attribute. Please choose. When Jade finished speaking, a small gray screen appeared in front of Xie Feng. The screen looked like this. Status points available, 25. VIT, 0+. STR, 0+. AGI, 0+. INT, 0+. The 0 represented the number of points that each basic attribute had and the plus and signs were to withdraw and add points again in case at the last moment you wanted to change your mind. Just as Xie Feng was about to begin his distribution, Jade's voice came back into his ears. Player Xie Feng, I will give you a kind reminder, Samsara Online is the first virtual world to possess the INT attribute and magic. Besides, for each 2 points added to a basic status and then removed, 1 of those points will be lost forever. Xie Feng's finger, which was about to press the agility attribute, AGI, on which the assassins mainly rely, stopped abruptly on hearing Jade's words. What do you mean by this? Xie Feng asked confused. Unfortunately for him, no matter how much Xie Feng asked again, Jade never answered his questions. Xie Feng looked at the time on the left side and saw that the servers were 10 minutes away from starting. Xie Feng frowned deeply as he fell into his own thoughts. Although he had previously heard that Samsara Online's NPCs would have intelligence on a normal human level, this is something he honestly did not expect. The fact that the little fairy lowly in front of him said those words is too strange. Even a fool could say that she was practically telling Xie Feng to increase his basic attributes to become a mage. However, Xie Feng never played in with a wizard. Even in computer or console video games, he never chose the magician class. While Xie Feng thought that a change should come from time to time, he remembered Xie Yao's slightly sad face. Xie Feng took a short breath before finally making his decision. He raised his hand and added 4 status points to each of the 4 basic attributes, as Jade had previously told him that it was mandatory to have a minimum of 4 points on each attribute. Then he looked at the remaining 9 points for a moment and started adding them in the way he thought best. When he finished adding the 25 status points given by the system, Jade spinned in the air again and smiled happily like a happy little baby. Ding dong. Status window 90% completed. Now choose your character name, please. Hearing the words of the little pixie, Xie Feng smiled and said without hesitation, Shiva. Shiva, one of the 3 main gods of the Hindu religion. Shiva's name represents the god who destroys and recreates the universe. Jade smiled even more happily and waved her little hand in the air. Ding! System announcement, status window complete. Congratulations player Xie Feng, no, Shiva. Check your status window again and confirm that everything is correct. The Samsara online servers will officially open in 2 minutes. Jade narrowed her eyes gently and said cheerfully. Xie Feng wondered if the fairies of the rest of the players in the world were also this happy and weird. With strange thoughts in mind, Xie Feng opened his status window. Status window. Player name, Shiva. Vit, 7. STR, 4. AGI, 4. Int, 10. After hearing Jade's strange reminder and thinking about Xie Yao, Xie Feng changed his mind and decided to change his typical assassin class for a class he never played in his entire life, a mage-type character. Where will this decision lead him? Xie Feng doesn't know, but he certainly looks forward to it. Xie Feng looked at the digital clock on the left and when he saw the time he smiled. 11:59.